Hi, and happy Saturday. I always am excited to be here on a Saturday because I, for years, have said I sold my soul to Saturdays because it's such a high, such busy, like, lucrative business hours. I don't know. Okay, so I'm coming in really frustrated today, but I'm going to introduce one of my YouTube channel intentions, something like a plan that I'm working on, but I'm not going to do it here yet because I only have about 30 seconds before trouble comes knocking, honestly. And you're always going to be better at grounding and shedding off the whatever it is that you need to like get away from. In this case, it is extreme frustration. And it would have to do with support, which actually this is important because I have no intention, like I'm not looking at the views on my videos, I'm not looking for responses. I've been a silent supporter of people for a very long time, people who I really greatly respect, and just because I'm not getting interaction doesn't mean that I'm like in any disdain. I am frustrated with just, I don't even want to pinpoint anything, and that's exactly what this practice would help me thoughtfully pinpoint what it is and transmute it into a more favorable experience. And it has to do with my mother, which is a really, really big concept, the mother and the father. Just for reference, I have a really cool mother and father reference, and it's very, very like imminent. It's kind of happening right now, and actually I would love some feedback on this if you actually are watching. But regardless, I'll make my own decision on it anyway, just curious to see what other people would do. So I've been off of work for not 2.5 months, like 2 months. And my very first day off was on Mother's Day. So I got to spend my entire day, and this is beautiful and really interesting. I got to spend my entire day in the backyard, which is, I was celebrating Mother's Day. Earth Day is really kind of how I interpret that. Beautiful, no problem there. Until Father's Day comes around and we receive a letter. The best part of the house is the backyard. It's not a full acre, but it's one of the biggest in the neighborhood compared to standard backyards. It's a very basic neighborhood, and thank God we have space and that there's trees around that it's rare. For Houston, it's a luxury. And so this letter that came in the mail was something about replotting, I think they call it. God, I told you I only have a few seconds. But yeah, just for example, so on Father's Day, we got basically a letter notifying us that something is going on with the backyard. And once we were able to talk to them, we had to wait several days because it fell on a holiday weekend. And they said it actually had nothing to do with like the potential of us losing the backyard, but it sure seemed at the time like something about 7 houses being involved. And now I'm thinking maybe I was so worked up that like I didn't even see how many. It only affected probably it doesn't even matter. Okay, so I really do. I'm about to go outside and spend probably the rest of my day out there. But I do want to, and I started doing this yesterday. I recorded a couple videos. I know that's disgusting, but you know what? My life fucking sucks. My life is disgusting, and that's why I'm so frustrated, because I come from very, very middle class, whatever, and that's fine. That's great. I'm thankful for my upbringing. Honestly, I do not mean to be disrespectful whatsoever. I'm just being authentic. So, yeah, I come from a long line of hoarders, and it's really frustrating to me whenever I get criticized for not wanting to go look at more garbage on a Saturday. When I've worked every single Saturday of my life, I enjoyed the first couple off. My mom and I went garage sailing, which should never ever happen again. I mean, I hadn't done it in like 10 years, and I got like a really great barbell, which does segue to the next part of this, because I just want out at this point. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna, you get the point. I didn't want to go look at shit. And I get criticized and told that I'm not doing well for myself. Like, this, it hurt, and I used hateful words. And you know what? My mom won't even watch this because it's a spiritual concept, but not being around people who actually support you is a common thread. Anyway, segueing into the next part, I am going to start vlogging. I've recorded stuff. I'm actually a lot less confident with vlogging than I am with doing this, and I didn't, that's why I've kind of been pumping these out, because I realize it, mostly because I don't have to project my voice. I have a microphone, which really, really helps, but with vlogging I do kind of like have to, it's awkward, but I'm doing that because the need to move energy. Okay, I'm like hopping all over the place. So the thing I'm going to bring to my channel, not just vlogging, but guided grounding sessions. I'm going to eventually live stream and open sessions up with a grounding intention, breathing session, space clearing, like vibe setting. So I really need to go outside. I really will look back at these videos one day and just be like, okay, chaotic mess, but there's no denying that. Like, that's why I'm doing this, because everybody is in a chaotic mess. And I think it's really funny that I don't fit in because I'm not feeding that monster. And it's really kind of crazy when it's like, when no one gets it. And that's why I'm doing this. And I want to warn you that I fully intend to use every bit of what I have to get out of this matrix. And that includes using my body, which is something I have never done. And obviously everybody has their interpretation of that immediately. What does that mean? It means that I'm moving into full expression, and that means, even though I prefer really large, oversized clothes, right now, it's not, I can't afford the clothes that I actually want. Silk and designer and high quality fabric doesn't exist in this reality. And which is great, because it means that I have time to get in shape and get my body right. But interestingly enough, I never have been in shape. This is awkward, really personal conversation, but I've always been overweight, and I really am the closest I've ever been, and it's really kind of exciting. Yeah, baby? See, I told you I gotta go outside now. You ready to go outside? Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up because I gotta go sweat a little bit, but you know what? I get to do it. I get to lose my last few pounds, like my last 25 pounds, by activating, like by being myself. At this point, it's just a need to move energy. Moving meditations are really what I'm looking at. And it's cool that I've been so inward focused for so long. And I was never like projecting that on my body. I probably, like, I mean, I can show you what I'm working with, and I eventually will. It's really, oh God. Bye.